self-defense elbow strikes that you can use in the fight in seconds. So when it comes to self-defense, you need to finish things as fast as possible. You're not there in self-defense for some type of a competitive event. You're not sparring, you're not fighting with someone, you're not in a ring, you're not in a cage. This is not about street fighting, it's not about bar fighting. This is about self-defense. This is about when you want to defend yourself, you have no other option, you can't run, you can't hide, now you've got to fight. We're going to talk about the elbows, which are very hard, very powerful striking surfaces in your body. Hello, Peter. Peter's in Germany. Peter, you're first one here. It's good to see you tonight. From the beginning of the self-defense situation, I want you to get yourself into a better position. So that means your hands are going to be up and open between you and the threat. You want to have what's called a flinch block. You're going to have a nice, firm, see this bend in the elbow, you have the bend in the elbow, but a nice, firm stopping position. So if someone tries to close the distance, grab you, pull you in, your arms are in the way. If someone's trying to swing punches, your hands are up in the way. Hey, Justin, it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody tonight. So your hands, when you can, you're going to want to tie up the person who's getting ready to throw punches or grab you or hit you with something. You get into this better position. Now watch how my hands go between me and you. I want to interrupt your line of sight right here between us, so it's hard for you to see me. Hello, Lugo, it's good to see you from Ireland. You want to interrupt their sight, their line of sight from here. From this position, your elbows are ready. They're primed. You're ready for the self-defense strike. The first one I want you to practice, and you can do this on a bag, and you can do it in the air. I'm going to show you how to do it in the bag first, and then I'm going to face you and show you how to do it in the air. Using your back elbow, you turn your shoulder, and this hand is going to come in and it's going to touch the top of your body. It's going to come in as tightly as possible. If you can get it really tight, you're going to be able to turn through the side of their head, their jaw. You're aiming for temple, you're aiming for the neck, you're aiming for anything you can remove or destroy for self-defense. So from here, it comes in as you turn through your shoulders and hips. The elbow strike gets its power starting from the floor. In a good position, you're pushing off the floor, turning the shoulder, turning the hip, and the elbow is coming through. So you're going to practice in this better position. Imagine, this is self-defense, you want to imagine your hands are on his shoulders, you've locked him up, you've stopped him from coming forward, and you're going to immediately drive that elbow, drive hard and fast into the side of his face, jaw, ear, throat, anything you can remove or destroy for self-defense. This is self-defense, it's not street fighting. Hello, Patrick from Slovakia, it's good to see you. From here, I turn one, and then I want to turn the other one. Now, notice when I practice on the bag, my hands don't pull back to strike. You want to strike from this touching position. You want to be able to turn into here. You don't want to pull back and give them the distance, come and smash you and hit you in the head, knock you out. You don't want to come back here and elbow. You want to elbow from this position while you're in contact, turning in. From here, turn. Practice that one way and then the other way. You can use your other hand. That'll toughen your hands up too. Practice. Make sure you go through where their jaw would be. Don't hit over here, hit here. Go all the way through. Remember, your hand is touching here and your palm will be facing the ground. If your palm is facing out, then the muscle here, which is, there's muscle, there's tendon, there's nerves, there's all kinds of stuff, that can get injured here. If your hand is over, then this hard, bony surface is gonna strike. If your palm is like this, now you've got more muscle there. So this is gonna be best. Palm facing the ground and coming in here. That's the first powerful elbow strike. How to end the fight in seconds. Use your elbow, start with strike number one. Practice that over and over. Again, if you don't have a striking surface like a bag or a tree or a pole, don't hit a hard pole, hit a soft pole and get strong. Oh, hello, Garen, it's good to see you. Yeah, Garen says just clapping your hands together makes them really strong and tough. Gets the blood in there, gets everything stronger, makes the bones stronger, the muscles stronger, the skin stronger. smacking with this. And again, remember, I want you to have contact. Don't let him come closer. Stop him here and then drive. Drive the elbows. Practice. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 tips real quick. The first tip is gonna come on this strike, which is how to get more power. When you collapse your hands like this, you take, this is my left hand, take your left hand, grab your right pinky, that meat right there. Now, when you strike, you're gonna have so much more power to end the fight in seconds. You wanna end the fight in seconds? Use your elbow strikes for self-defense. Grab your hands and you become a lot stronger. This is strong. This is way stronger. Second elbow strike to end the fight in seconds. Your hands are here. Again, I want contact. I want to be pushing my hands here. Here's a rule of self-defense. I was talking about someone about this just this afternoon. They're gonna be hitting you anyway, right? If it comes down to a self-defense situation and they're starting to hit you, you have to hit them back for self-defense. They're gonna hit you anyway. You might as well try to slow them down, stop them by striking back. But don't do it softly. Don't do it half-heartedly. Don't slap a killer, as Tim Larkin likes to say. Tim Larkin wrote the book, When Violence is the Answer. He talks about self-defense principles, and one of his most important principles is don't slap a killer, meaning if you go to hit somebody in self-defense, don't just slap them, they pull and then you're in trouble, right? If you have to, you want to knock them out unconscious in the fight. Don't leave any room for what's going to come next if you are picking on the wrong person. And that's also, the other half of that is don't be an idiot going out trying to get into fights all the time. That's why I said this is not bar fight. This is not street fight. This is self-defense. You don't have any other choice. You have to defend yourself. It's your human right. You get your hands up, close the distance, stop their forward aggression. And from here, the second elbow strike to end the fight in seconds is your elbow is coming from here straight in, and it's coming in and up. Now, all of these are coming either through the middle. Patrick from Slovakia asked, can you slam in the ears? Yes, Patrick, that's a great technique. We call it boxing the ears, where your hands come forward really fast and you force air into the ears, popping the eardrums. They lose that inner ear. They lose their ability to stand up. It hurts a lot too. So yes, you can, for self-defense, pop them in the ears and then drive the elbow. Your hands are in contact on the second powerful elbow strike. You're turning your shoulders just like you did on this one, but your elbow's simply coming in this way. Now, all of these elbow strikes go in 2 directions at the same time. On the first one, it's this turning motion, but it's not just like this, it's also forward. So you're coming forward as you're also turning. If you don't come forward, you just kind of wipe your elbow across the target, across his face. You want to come forward and drive through his head for self-defense. Same's true on the second one. It's not just coming up. You don't do anything there. You just make your elbow red. Instead, drive forward. Now this one, I like to call it put your helmet on, right? Imagine that they have a bladed weapon. They're coming after you. You have no distance or no time to react and respond. And the worst thing you can do is recoil like this, because they're gonna just slash, right? And that happened recently to a poor young man by some crazy guy. This guy came and he said to the police afterwards, I was gonna kill that MFer. And the guy's mentally ill, right? It's all kinds of emotions stirred up. But the point is this, the kid instinctively did this. The guy did this and just lacerated everything. The kid bled out. The police officer, the coroner said, if it hadn't been for that, if he had just been sliced here, he could have survived that. He would have had stitches, but he would have survived. Because he did this, he was able to slice him open, and then by the time they found the poor boy, he had already expired because of all of the blood loss. Hello, Sinzamet. And by the way, if you like self-defense, you like elbows, you like learning how to end the fight in seconds, please give me a thumbs up. If instead you go like this and you come forward, so from here you're coming forward, and this is 2 things at once. I'm putting my helmet on, but I'm also driving this elbow in, right? I'm coming in here, and I'm gonna strike and bringing it forward, bringing it forward. And if you can either hit them here, hit them like in the solar plexus, forward here, maybe up under the chin. If you're coming in, just raking up here, striking, you can hit that throat right there, the trachea, it collapses, they crush it. For self-defense, they asphyxiate, they're dead. It's for self-defense, it's ugly. That's why I said this is not street fighting, it's not bar fighting. This is how to end the fight for self-defense in seconds, because you don't have any other choice, you can't run, hide, it's time to fight. From here, put your helmet on, drive, drive, drive. The elbow comes here. On the first one, it comes here. Palm down, second one, facing your temple, right? Coming straight for here, straight for here. Yeah, Patrick says you can also do a liver shot to end the fight. But Patrick, the reason I don't teach that liver shot is if you can get lucky and hit him. I have, not to end the fight, for in competition back in the day, right? But that's, it's hard to get that for self-defense. If you stick this elbow right into someone's face, it's hard bone with your whole body coming behind it and increasing your power with turning the shoulders and hips, moving forward in every strike. Moving forward looks like this. It's just a little step. So if I'm doing that first elbow, I'm driving. If I'm doing the second elbow, I'm driving my whole body up and into his face. It's not like the liver shot. If I miss, it's okay. I'm gonna hit something with that hard bony point, and my whole 250 pounds times however fast I'm accelerating, that's gonna hit and do damage. That's what ends the fight in seconds. I don't have to worry about coming up with a good liver shot that I might or might not work, might not hit. The third elbow strike. This is self-defense. This is prepper self-defense too. You watch the wrong news channels, you start thinking the world's coming to an end, you better get some preparation, you better buy some extra water and heat source and get yourself some food in the pantry. You better learn how to fight, that's all I'm saying, for self-defense. But anyway, so I was thinking about this. This is good too. This is good stuff for, Garen talking about the floating ribs. That last rib is not really fully attached. That comes off, goes through the lung, you start coughing up blood, which is a good point, Garen. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's say they're much taller than you. Can't make him that much taller than me. Let's say he's 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", right? I can take this elbow. I don't have to hit his jaw. I can hit those ribs. I can do a lot of damage coming straight in and break something off to end the fight for self-defense. Now again, if you like self-defense or you like elbows, you want to learn how to end the fight in seconds for self-defense, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Comment on somebody else's comment. Share this. Let's grow this channel. It's almost a new year. We're in the new dojang. Yeah, Garen's 5'3". Garen, exactly. Stick it right there in the ribs, right? That's one of my favorite ones. Is the one that comes both up and over at that elbow. Now that's not in this series. I want to give you number 3. My favorite one is down, coming straight over the top. And again, that doesn't have to hit him in the face either. You can hit him in the face, you can hit him in the neck, you can hit him right there on that clavicle bone. Smash that clavicle bone and break it. That's how you end the fight in seconds for self-defense. Bring it over, smash, bring it down into the ribs, bring it into that floating rib, anywhere you can do. But basically it starts here, the collarbone. I've tied him up again. My hands are on his shoulders. He's trying to get me. He's trying to come in. Oh, Studer, thank you so much for that end of the year donation. Studer, that makes a big difference. We're in the new school. Let me give you a quick. I'm gonna show you that third strike one more time. Lugo, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Amen. That's an Irish proverb. That's where I'm gonna put all the junk, all the training equipment that I don't use in class. So we're gonna store it there. It's a really small school, but it's perfect. It's so pretty. It's back door. Check out the back door. I know you want to see elbows. We're gonna do elbows in a second, but I was excited. I didn't think there was a lot of parking here. There's tons of parking, both sides of the building. It's a beautiful, beautiful center. Compared to where I just was. Peter says someone holds you behind the elbows is really effective by hitting. Yeah, but when you do those elbows, Peter, turn your body, drive your elbow back and into them. A lot of people just use the elbow motion. Always remember shoulders and hips, shoulders and hips. Got a bathroom, you need a bathroom, right? But look at this. I can put all my junk in the closet and close the door. No one knows I got the junk in the closet. Hit the upper arm, you might break the humerus. Yes, good point. My kids have been writing notes. Neither one of them know how to spell quantum yet. They missed the end, but they'll get it. And this used to be a boxing gym. This is an interesting story. So it was for Parkinson's. Look at that, Muhammad Ali. I thought this was funny. These were here when I got here, right? I'll probably change them. I love Muhammad Ali. We might move him to the back. The champ, Muhammad Ali, standing over there. Look at that. There's a signed picture of somebody busting Muhammad Ali. I've never seen that. I thought it's kind of funny. You have two big pictures of Muhammad Ali, and then the one where he's getting knocked around. Anyway, what does that mean, right? Let's talk about that third. Thank you, Peter. I'm excited to share with you, and I also want to share this with you because the online members and donations from Studer and from the rest of you guys, when you do that, that really helps me to make this happen. That was one of the big, fix my collar, the big incentives for me to move from the other location. I was there today, and it was very exciting for me to think about being here because in the other place, it's just so dreary and broken down, and there's so many sad, desperate people. And I want to be able to help those people, but I can't help them over there because I can't get any business over there. Here, I'm right here. I had took the kids to lunch next door. There's a new sandwich shop just opened called Picnic by a French baker. The food was insanely good right there. And then there's a music studio next door where they got kids and adults. And you've got Ashanti, the yoga, which draws a really upper income crowd. And the whole shopping center is just alive. Yeah, thank you. Nice new digs. It's got me very excited. I go from being in the place where no one ever walks through the shopping center because it's not a safe area, and it's just a depressed economical area, to this beautiful place, and it's just $400 a month more. And Studer just made a donation that made that a little bit easier to make too. So, and we got a great deal. The landlord gave us like 4 free months to get our feet on the ground and get up and running. So we've got 4 months to make this place work. Yeah, Cobra Kai Shopping Center. It's called Sunny Plaza. Does it get any better than Sunny Plaza in beautiful sunny Florida? All right, so I know we're talking about nice things. Let's talk about self-defense, practical self-defense, how to end the fight in seconds. The third elbow strike. It's all about power. It's all about catching them off guard. It's all about ending the fight as soon as you can, so that you don't have to go toe to toe, and you're not boxing them, you're not bobbing and weaving, and you're not on the ground trying to grapple them and rolling around in broken glass, and their buddy comes up and kicks you in the head. You want to knock them out as fast as you can. You're going to take this elbow, the back elbow, up, and you simply do that by turning your fingers toward the ground. Now, they're not going to go all the way to the ground unless you're super flexible, which I do not have that flexibility right here, but I don't want that much. I just need enough, right? Bring this up. See how it's about as high as my head here? And then, just like every other strike, turn the shoulders and hips. From here, it's down, dropping the weight of my upper body into his jaw or his neck. You hit that process of nerves here, and flushes the blood out of the brain. He's knocked out, he's unconscious. You break the clavicle. Or like Garen said, I think you break that upper arm, the humerus. From here, you just strike down and then use the other one. Practice 1, 2, 1, 2. And again, if you don't have a target to hit, use your other hand. Practice from here, bring it down, bring it down. You'll know it, and you also remember, you always want to get these, touch your body or get them as close to your body as possible. The more out they are, the less range of motion you have, and the less leverage you're going to have when you actually perform the strike. I don't know if leverage is the term I'm thinking of, but from here, you want to bring it all the way in. And remember, all of these strikes, I want to maintain this position. This is, you know, and soon, that's another thing that we're gonna do in this new location, is I'm hiring staff. Haven't had staff in 2 years. I used to have a big staff, lots of instructors, and I love teaching these videos with other people. So I have some other people. I'll do it to them, they'll do it to me. You can see what it looks like. But when they're getting ready to punch, or they're grabbing, or they're getting ready to hit, you put your hands here in this position, what's called the flinch block. And that's because if you flinch, you naturally come into this position where you are coming, you're behind your guard, and they're not gonna punch your hand. Your hand is between you and them. See how I interrupt your line of sight? That makes you have to move. That puts me in charge of what's happening. I want to control what you're doing when you're trying to hurt me. This is how to end the fight in seconds, using your elbows for self-defense. So my hands are up, I get in this position, and without pulling them back, because when you pull it back, you allow them to come forward. If you're pulling this back, getting ready to strike, and they jump in, all of a sudden you pinned your own arms to your chest. From this position, there's the first strike. That's the second strike. Here's the third strike. I'm literally rolling it from their shoulder and then coming forward here, using them almost as a pivot point to create maximum leverage to strike. Justin says he's coming down to Florida for work. Justin, I'd love if you would come by and stop by and see the new place. We'll give you a tour. We'll do some workouts together. My treat. Just come by and see me. I know Studer's going to be down here, I think February. Anytime any of you guys get down here, please come and see me. This is an open school. This is your school. This is the virtual dojo, but it's got a physical location, and you're always welcome to come and train with us. So from here, I'm coming in, I'm coming over, or I'm coming up. Those are the three most powerful strikes you can do. Like I said, there are variations of those where you can come in two directions at once, where I'm coming up, I'm turning, so I'm coming at this angle. That's a very powerful strike. This, grabbing your hand and driving this right into the solar plexus. You want to move somebody off of you quick, and this is great. If they're taller than you, you bring it into their solar plexus. If you hit them here, that moves them back, drop down, and drive this here. You can also stick this up, aim it right to the throat in the fight in seconds. That's fatal for them. So you have to be careful. You don't want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. But that's what we're talking about. Absolutely necessary. How to end the fight in seconds for self-defense. Not the street fight. Not a bar fight. Not a after-school fight. This is, you have no choice. You want to defend yourself. You want to defend your family. There's a lot of aggressiveness out there right now. You might be in a city where they've got the revolving door going and the criminals are coming in and out the same day. Literally, the same day. You're seeing these stories where a guy will brutally attack somebody, go in front of the judge, get no cash bail, boom, and he's out the other side. And you say, well, that's only in certain cities. And then you watch the president of the United States and the vice president stand up in front of the cameras and say, we want no cash bail for the whole country. And I'm not making that up. That's not a Fox News kind of thing. Look it up, right? Google it. So you see those and you think, well, God forbid, hopefully sanity will take over, and that won't happen. But what happens if it does? What happens if it's just that we go into an economic recession or a depression and people are really desperate? That's what I'm seeing at the other location. When I moved there 2 years ago, it was kind of bad. There were a few homeless here and there. You saw maybe every couple days. Now it's 5, 10 a day. 5 or 10 homeless panhandlers. Some of them are just sad and depressed looking. Some are very aggressive, and they're coming up and they're asking their people, they're demanding stuff from people. And that's happening because the bottom half is getting pushed out the bottom with no jobs, no home rents down here went up $500 on average. If you're at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, you're hand to mouth, all of a sudden they raise your rent by $500, you're living in your car. That's a reality. And a lot of those people, and you can't blame, they're desperate. What are you going to do? You're not going to feed your family. You're not going to feed yourself. And so the world is changing, and I'm all about love. And let's reach out and let's help each other, right? But when someone comes to physically hurt you or your family, you have every right to defend yourself, and that's where you're going to bring in the elbows, right? How to defend yourself in seconds, how to end the fight using those elbows. And it's like the posture of Ronald Reagan. Let's be strong enough that we don't ever have to use it. That's what I want for you. I want you to learn how to use those elbows, how to end the fight in seconds. Elbow number one is that coming across the chin into the body. Number 2, straight in and up. And remember, always 2 directions, not just like this, not just turning, but forward and turning. Forward, right? And then forward and then up and coming down at that angle, right across into the temple, into the neck, into the jaw, in that fight very quickly. You guys have been awesome. Again, thank you, Studer, so much for that generous donation. This is the new place. My goal for 2021, well, that was last year, 2022, a couple of days, right? My goal for 2022 is to spend more time online with you guys training together. So please put in the comment section, what else do you want to work on? Let's come up with some lists. Let's do some more training. For those of you who are members, paying members, I'm going to start to do some more behind the scenes and members only videos that you'll see pop up just in your feed. And for everybody else, I appreciate you no matter what. So stay safe, stay strong. If I don't see you, have a happy new year, but I'm sure I'm going to see you tomorrow. So let's train more tomorrow. Keep training.